MeFiTu, do you know who these people are?
They are the Forestry Commission officers. They are the first on the scene after the fire has been put out. They're specialized in finding out what caused the fire. They work with the fire and arson investigators. They also measure how much land has been burned.
So they are like detectives. They are looking between the embers and the ashes. What are they looking for?
Well, they're looking for clues to discover the cause and the origin of the big fire. Can you see the shepherd? Well, he's asking about one of his goats that disappeared during the fire.
I think they are looking for me. I should go back to the herd soon. But before I go, let's see what happens. We'll start walking from where the fire went out and go backwards to reconstruct how the fire moved. To find out where it started. Then we must look at the marks left by the fire on some stones and trees. They will give us clues as to how the fire moved. Gradually, one clue at a time, we will move closer to the starting point. We'll also look for possible hoof prints of the missing goat.
At last, we finally found the starting point, but we still have to figure out what caused it. It looks like they found the starting point of the fire, but they haven't found a cigarette end or remnants of a campfire or a machine from which sparks could have come out of the engine. We know that on the day of the fire, there were lightning strikes, but we haven't found evidence of a lightning strike here.
Here are some goat hoof prints. It must be the goat the shepherd is looking for. Looks like it jumped over the front line of the fire.
Well, I think we need more clues to find out exactly what caused this fire.
Let's go and interview some of the local people. Maybe someone saw something that can help us work out what happened.
Let's start with the shepherd.
I saw a couple who aren't from the village come out of the forest just before the fire started. They left in their car down this way.
We have to find out who they were and find them to continue with our investigation.
We'll have to check the tyre tracks that the car left on the ground.
Look, you can see the tyre tracks. It looks like a large four-wheel drive. We're getting closer. Look, Jara. They're interviewing people to find out if they'd seen anything. They seem to be having a hard time finding another clue.
Don't lose hope, MeFiTu. The tyres on this car could be the same as the tyre which left a tread mark on the road. Let's go and see if we can find the owner.
Good morning. We're from the Forestry Commission, and we are investigating the causes of last week's fire. Did you, by any chance, go to the forest in your car?
Yes, I'm a scientist from the Forestry Investigation Centre. I was there on the day the fire started with my assistant. We were taking measurements for some of the trees on the mountain. We saw a lightning strike on the summit, very close to us, so we ran away in fear.
We'll have to go back and see if we can find any trace of the lightning strike.
Without a doubt, it was the lightning that caused the fire. As they went to the area, they saw that lightning had set a little tree and some vegetation on fire. A burning branch fell off and was taken by the wind quite far away, and that's how the big fire started. You know, MeFiTu, I'm frightened of thunder, and that's why I got lost. I was disorientated in the forest, and that's when I got caught up in the fire. Then I remembered my grandparents and how they taught me to protect myself from the fire.
Sometimes I get frightened too. I'm glad that the Forestry Commission officers were able to discover what caused the fire. But Jara, the fire was caused by a lightning strike. And I'm afraid to say you can't avoid lightning.
We have to understand that sometimes we can't avoid fires from starting. That's why it's so important we look after and manage the countryside, so that fires don't turn into huge forest fires.
What do Forestry Commission officers do after a fire?
Cut the burnt wood and take it off the mountain. They specialize in finding out what causes a fire and measure how much land has been burnt. They help to collect up all the tools with the fire brigade.
How do the Forestry Commission officers know which way the fire went?
They look for evidence of the fire on stones and trees. These give clues as to how the fire moved. Looking at how the wind moves the area where they are. Looking at where the sun rises.
Why do the officers interview people?
To be on the news. To see if anyone has seen anything that could give a clue to how the fire was caused. Both answers are correct.
Can all fires be avoided?
Yes, at all times. Lightning strikes can't be avoided. We can get rid of all the natural hazards.